And we are back. Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Elegant Granny, your restoration strategist and creator and host of the Proactive Eye podcast. How are you all doing? I've had a pretty good day. I really had a pretty good day. Today's topic, you know what? Because I had an incident with one of my students today, so this is something that applies to us all, especially this time of the year, any time of the year, but especially those of us who are caregivers. Well, you know what? Just in general, when it comes to ascension, or you're transitioning, when you're moving from one level or one phase of your life to the next, don't try to do too much at one time. Do your best to give yourself a break. Know when it is time to take a break, because I know sometimes you have these goals, you have your personal goals, and you have an idea of when you want to get them done. And sometimes you just don't want things to prolong any longer than they have to. Sometimes in life, you have to. With me, I know with college, it takes me longer than the average time that people would take to go to school, because I do so much at one time. There's this joke amongst my psychology major friends, psychiatrists and psychologists, and they all say, "Are you sure you were not diagnosed with ADD as a child?" You know, first of all, my mother would never allow anyone to put any labels on us. She didn't care. You were not labeling her children. And they kept us busy, even with the hyperactivity, because we were very hyper girls. We were all girls, and we were extremely hyper, but we had plenty to do. She kept us very busy, so we really didn't get into a lot of trouble. Got into some, but that's normal for children. But we really didn't get into a lot. They kept us busy. I mean, extremely busy. And so, but when it came to college, because I had my hands in on too many things, and I had my plate just so piled up, I had to learn. Life had to teach me to take some things off of my plate. And that's what you don't want to happen. And I'm glad I still learned it at an earlier age than the age that I am now, because had it been while I'm at the age I am now, I honestly feel like I would have met an early death. I really do, because that's just the type of person I was, just busy, 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 busy. But I had to learn how to slow down and take my time, because it really doesn't matter how long it takes you to get to the end result of what you want. What matters is how you get there. Are you getting there whole? Yeah, you may have done it in 3 years, but what did it cost you? Versus someone, it took 8 years, and they are in a much happier or better space than you are, while you talking about you did it in 3. You see what I mean? What did it cost you? Because a lot of times people say, well, I had to ask such and such to do this for my children. I had to ask such and such, can they do that for me? And, they miss out on a lot of family time. They missed out on a lot of time just for them. And I had started down that path, and I had to get to the point where I had to tell myself, no, this is not how we're doing this, because you're aging yourself quickly. And you do. You age yourself a lot quicker because you don't get the rest that you need. You're not eating properly. for me. Let me tell you about me, because I don't know about anybody else. But this was my struggle. So I'm going to focus on talking about me. Me, when I'm studying, I have to have snacks that helps me to keep my focus. Eating snacks. And so that's how I gained a lot of weight. And then I had to look at the type of snacks that I was eating, because chips were my thing. I didn't have to have salt on my chips, but chips, that was my thing. And even with the healthier selection, like the vegan selection, there is a such thing as vegan junk food. You know, that is a thing. So I had to look at what I was eating. So if I was going to snack, I needed to do something that was conducive to my study habits. And I needed to build healthier habits to study. I needed to build healthier habits and routines with myself while I was going through that transition. So yeah, it's good that you're working on your personal goals or your family goals or your couple goals or whatever goals that it is you have, whether it's business goals, your career. Remember to take a break. It is so important because you don't want to end up delayed. You do not want to end up sick. You don't want to overstretch yourself to where you have so much on your plate. Then one little minute thing happens in your family or to one of your homies, and it kind of just throws you, you know. And once you get to the point where you're in a healthy space with yourself, it helps when life throws curveballs. You can handle it so much better, a whole lot better. So I just wanted to come in because I promised I would be here, and the phone, it let me do a live today. 2 for 2, okay? So yeah, so I have 3 more days. Hold on, this is Wednesday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Saturday is my last day. I have 3 more days. So yeah, I'm just about done with my 2-week challenge. And like I said, I will come back once a week. Probably not every day. But I wanted to remind you, it is okay to take a break. It is okay. What law says that you had to finish something in 3 years? Like, say for instance, if you're going for a degree, what law says that you had to do it in 3 years? What law says you had to do it in 2? Whatever fits you and whatever brings you peace. I made up in my mind in 2018, anything that takes me out of the realm of peace is an automatic no. I have to find a way to get it done as peaceful for myself as possible. And if I can't find a way to do that, it's a no. I'll just pass. Because at this stage of life, I'm just not doing it. I'm just not. Peace means so much to me right now. It does. It means so much. And I'm not willing to compromise that. So I just want to remind you, because one of my students was having an issue, taking a break. And I asked him, because I saw him get frustrated. And I said, would you like for me to allow you to take a break first before we move on? No. I said, are you sure? I said, it's not going to cut into your other time that you really want to do something else. I said, because I'm asking you, I'm giving you the opportunity to take a break. And I said, because I realize you need one. And he huffed and he puffed. He was like, no, I just want to do the work. He has it in his mind that if I just go ahead and get it over with, then I can just move on to something else. But he wasn't ready. He could not understand that he still needed support, self-regulating. And a lot of times, even as adults, we have that issue. We'll keep pushing ourselves and pushing ourselves and pushing ourselves and pushing ourselves. Then we get too exhausted. Then we feel like we're burning out. And it's because we have not recognized that we need a break. We do. We need a break. We need to monitor ourselves and learn how to do better at regulating at what time of the day do we see or have we noticed our pattern of when our energy gets low? What time of day is it that we are the most frustrated? What task, what thing, what person causes us to be the most frustrated? What can we do to make this a better peaceful environment or a better peaceful thing for us so that we can get to our end goal? Because yeah, I may want to go to college and I want to finish, and I want to finish in 2 years, but realistically, because I have so much on my plate, that's not going to happen. I have to stretch that out, and I have to know when to take a break. And so I took me a break. I was in school. I started back in 2020, and I have been on a break since last April, I think. Yeah, I took me a break. And I probably won't go back until sometime next year because I needed that break. Because if I didn't, I was going to mess my chances up of finishing. And I was not about to allow that happen. So you have to know when it is proper for you to go on and when to take a break. Always try to keep you in mind, because we're so good at telling other people, hey man, maybe you need to take a break. You don't have to keep going. We're so good at helping others regulate. We do not do that to ourselves. We need to get to the point. The energy that we spend on helping others to do this, to do what we're saying, we need to put some of that energy on ourselves. We need to self-regulate. We need to take a break. We have to take a break, especially those of us who are empathic and we have careers where we are supporting others, whether it's in healthcare or you are a provider, say for instance, like a psychologist, a counselor, a therapist, or a spiritual advisor, a minister. It doesn't matter. Anything along those lines. A babysitter, someone who takes care of their children full time, somebody who takes care of the elders in their home full time. It does not matter. Learn when it is time for you, the one who's handling everything. You need a break, because if you break down, how are you going to get it done? It's not going to get done if you do not know when to take a break. Don't kill yourself trying to get things done. Take a break. So I'm getting ready to go because I have something I am going to do, and I'm so excited. I'll probably tell you later after the 2-week challenge. But I'm so excited. I'm getting ready to go. I want to eat before I go. So I'll talk to you all later. Have a good evening. I just wanted to remind you, please think of yourself better than you do. Learn the proper techniques for self-regulation. That is something I'm going to work on providing a class on, because it is such a need. It is such a need. How to do that. Even as adults, we have a hard time doing that, knowing when it is time to take better care of ourselves. So take care of yourself. Notice what bothers you. Notice what makes you happy, sad, mad, depressed. You need to know all of that. The best way to do that is to be more aware of yourself. You have to be more aware. Only way to be aware of yourself is to spend more time with yourself. So again, I'm leaving. I usually say this about 3-4 times. I'm leaving for real now because I want to eat before I go. Y'all have a good one. Talk to you later. Peace.